Hey guys, Urban Combat Survivor here. I want to do a video today. I've already started recording this and stopped it, and I've done that a few times already because I know what I want to convey to you. The problem is presenting it in a way that really sinks it home without overdoing it. So here's another attempt at that. There's an old saying that you've probably heard, or if you haven't, I'm sure your father's heard it, and that's locks are only there to keep honest men honest. What does that mean? That means that basically there are people out there that if they want to take something from you, it doesn't matter how well you lock it up, they're going to try to take it. The lock is just another obstacle. But there are a lot more people out there who, while they wouldn't necessarily take something, they won't go out of their way to steal, or to take, or to violate. If presented the proper opportunity, they will. This is also something that I think each of us needs to look into our own hearts about. Because if there is a breakdown of the rule of law, we need to realize that there are going to be people out there who have only been law-abiding citizens because they feared the consequences, or because the proper opportunity to be lawless hadn't presented itself. You can apply this to soldiers who go to war. Very often you'll hear these stories of these soldiers doing things, and then you'll see an interview on the news, whether interviewing, this person's mother and his wife and his friends, and they're saying, the guy I know would never do that. Well, they're probably right. The guy they know wouldn't. But is the guy they know really the person in his heart that he's going to be if there is no rule of law? Some of us out there believe that you do the right thing simply because it is the right thing to do. There's a moral code that some people carry inside them. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and that's it. But I think those people are not the majority out there. I think they're actually a pretty extreme minority in our population. I think most people will do things without the rule of law that they would never do in a lawful society. I think there are also a lot of people that will find an easy time justifying things in their head. A quick example of this is the standard beat a dead horse debate about whether or not a man who steals bread to feed his family is really a thief. Well, if you see the world in black and white, the answer to that is really simple. Yes, he's a thief. The question is not whether or not the man stole something and is a thief. That's established. He stole a loaf of bread. The question is whether or not his actions were permissible or justifiable. And that's the debate that nobody's having. See, they try to frame the debate in a way that there's no way that you can win it. But in the real world, the debate is not whether or not he's a thief, because that's established. There are a lot of people that are going to justify their actions if there's a breakdown of the rule of law. Well, you had food. Who are you to starve my children? You've put food away. My kids are hungry. No, that can go much more extreme than just trying to steal your food. Think about the horror stories of rape and wars. Because there is no rule of law and people feel there's going to be little or no consequences to their actions, they think they can get away with this. Think about what you see on the internet all the time here. People feel anonymous, they feel there's no consequences, and their true nature comes out. Apply the wild lawlessness that you see on the internet, on forums and on communities and message boards and everything like that. Apply that to the society at large. That's going to be more like what you're dealing with. Locks are there to keep an honest man honest. And laws are there to keep law-abiding citizens lawful. Notice that honor isn't mentioned in that. A personal moral code is never mentioned in that. Do you have a personal moral code that you've really sat and assessed? Are you going to hold that honor if and when there's a breakdown of a rule of law? Be aware that not everybody is going to be strong enough or even want to do that. Some people are going to see it as an opportunity to do whatever the hell they want with no consequences. Raping, robbing, pillaging, this is going to be widespread. Not just the initial riots. There are going to be bands of people going around long term, taking what they want, doing whatever whim they have, with absolutely no self-moderation. Because if there is not an external moderator, an external regulator, the masses in general never self-regulate. So consider that when you're looking at these neighbors that you're thinking, all right, well, that guy's a good guy. That family, that's a good family. And if anything happens, we've already discussed it and we're going to get together. That's great. But consider this. Some of those people, their mindset is going to change if they feel there's no consequences to their actions. Step back and truly assess the people that you're going to be dealing with, the people that you're going to be relying on. Do you really see them as honorable people? An easy way to assess the extreme on that is this. Are you going to trust that person to hold your rifle while you and your family are sleeping? And trust that not only are they going to do their job and keep watch, they're not going to take half your goods and run off. Or worse. Locks are there to keep an honest man honest. An honorable man needs no locks. Are you honorable? Urban Combat Survivor, signing off.